Hi guys, I am here. This is Ashley Ralph, a new member of Complete Performance Coaching, and I wanted to give you a little background about myself and then go over a recent scenario that Rebecca asked me to address. So my background is pretty steep, but I'll try to go through it quickly. I was a gymnast for quite a few years at the high level, levels 9 and 10. I competed at in the national championships a couple of years when I was 12 and 13. I had a career-ending neck injury, broke my neck, and moved on to team sports. I played soccer and basketball, volleyball. I did a lot of different sports in high school, but then in college decided to take soccer more seriously. Played D1 soccer and ran track as well, and then played professionally for a year after college of soccer, and got kind of tired of that, so I decided to give triathlon a try and running. So I've now done the Boston Marathon 4 years and for 4 different times, and I'm going to do it again next year. And I've done the Ironman World Championships. And anyways, the main thing about the Ironman is it led me to go back to school to study sports psychology. I just thought, wow, the mind is so powerful. I never thought that I could complete something. And I had done a lot of different sports at the high level, but man, completing an Ironman was something I definitely didn't think I could do. And the power of the mind really impressed me, so I went back to school to study this, and now I get to help other people get through all sorts of issues. So let's move on to the scenario. This one is about a gymnast who's 7 years old and has a mental block about going in to start practice. I completely understand. I definitely cried many times not wanting to go to practice, especially if I was learning a new skill or had recently maybe got a small injury, or just feeling overwhelmed, or lots of different things. Definitely had tears, upset stomach, nervousness. I'm sure this probably all sounds very familiar. But yeah, I personally have experienced this, and I kind of consider it to be an actual, to me, I think of it as outcome fever. So something you actually have, like you have a fever of the outcome, so it causes severe anxiety, shortness of breath, a loss of enjoyment in performance, and many other symptoms that we've talked about, like being overwhelmed, crying, tears, stomach aches. And my job is to create a performance enhancement prescription for each athlete that will help alleviate these symptoms, which then will ideally lead to enhancing, for this particular example, this gymnast's performance and help her overcome these obstacles. So it's definitely something that can change, and it's just something that's going to take a little bit of time. And another way I like to think of it is resistance versus resilience. When we have resistance, that's when we get scared and clammed up and just feel, sort of out of control, not in control. And I think that by having the resilience and working through these things, you have control. You realize that you have more control than you think. And so I think this is something that she can definitely get through, and it's nothing to worry about. It's definitely a very common scenario that I see and that I've personally experienced. So I will now let Rebecca take over, and I'm really happy to be a part of this team, and I'm excited to work with all of you in the future. Take care.